Hello dear student, all of you welcome back in lecture number 2nd on chapter number 2nd plant tissue culture from subject plant biotechnology from semester 2nd at SYBSc. Firstly, I introduce myself. I am Dr. Mukta Bhamre, Assistant Professor at Department of Botany, KTHM College, Nasik. So the session agenda of today's lecture. In today's lecture, we will focus here the basic techniques of plant tissue culture, then types of culture, here the static culture, suspension culture, then types of suspension culture, here the batch culture, continuous culture, then types of culture like seed culture, embryo culture, meristem culture, bird culture, callus culture, cell suspension culture, anther culture, protoplast culture, etc. All these points we will cover in our today's lecture. So recap. So the student, in previous lecture we already seen that the concept of plant tissue culture. So the plant tissue culture, it is a nothing but here the inoculation of the plant material under the aseptic condition or in vitro growth of the plants. Cellular totipotency means here the ability of the plant cell to produce all kind of the cells, and from that single cell develop the complete organism. Then basic technique of the plant tissue culture, here the basic technique is required. This point we will focus here in today's lecture. So the basic technique of plant tissue culture, the first important thing is a collection of the plant material. Okay, then identification of the plant material. If we collect any plant from the forest or nearby region, okay, then the identification is the most important. Then the student, next, the selection of explant. What is the explant? Explant, it is nothing but the source of tissues. Okay, source of tissues, it is called the explant. And here the source of explant, like as we can take a stem, then leaf, axillary bud, pollen grain, then embryo, endosperm, all these are the source of explant. Meristem, okay, like that. So when we select the explant, then further there is a surface sterilization. Okay, because see, the surface sterilization, it is the most important thing, because whatever explant is there, it is in a open condition, field condition. Okay, and on that explant there is various microorganisms are there. Okay, and here the surface sterilization is there. Surface sterilization, it is carried out with the help of the normal tap water, then the fungicide bavistine, then we can use the HgCl2 mercury chloride solution 0.1%. okay, these specifically used in surface sterilization technique. Okay, so the initiation of aseptic culture, so that surface sterilization explant we will successfully inoculated uh, into the culture medium under the aseptic condition under the laminar airflow. Then the standardization of protocol for collagenesis. So the student, when we inoculate the explant on suitable culture medium, okay, so firstly we cannot means properly known about which culture medium or which concentration of that hormones like as auxin and cytokinin it is suitable for that plant. Then here the primarily there is a what the primary that we need to the standardization of that protocol, means which appropriate concentration of auxin and the cytokinin is suitable for that plant material. Okay, which auxin like IAA, then indole acid is there, IBA. Okay, then Na is there, 2,4-D, it is a for the callus formation, it is also used for the root induction. For the shoot formation, cytokine is used, specifically BAP, benzenaminopirin is there, kinetin is there. Okay, the zeatin is there. Okay, number of that. Then see here the direct shoot organogenesis. Okay, through the we can use here the axillary bud or meristem, and direct shoot organogenesis event is there, and indirect shoot organogenesis. Firstly, from leaf there is callus development is there, from using the cotyledonary part callus development is there, and later on then there is a rooting and shooting formation is there. Okay, there is a two paths are there. Okay, So the standardization of that protocol for rhizogenesis, collagenesis means shoot formation, the student, and same thing here, the standardization of protocol for rhizogenesis. So the student, rhizogenesis, it is nothing but the root formation. Okay, that in vitro produces shoot, then after there is a root formation is there, and see the rooted shoot. Okay, then there is a in vitro large scale multiplication is there, and finally there is a hardening is there, means whatever that rooting shoots, they were transferred successfully under the hardening by using the appropriate mixture of the coco peat, then sterile sand, coco peat and soil. Okay, and hardening done under the greenhouse condition at 25-degree temperature and 80 to 90% relative humidity is required. So the next, student, I am focusing here the types of culture. So there is a static culture is there and suspension culture. These are the two main types. Okay, then suspension culture, the student again divided into the batch culture and continuous culture. So the firstly I am here focusing here the static culture. So the student, remember that the static culture, it is also known as the callus culture, or it is also called as the solid culture. So in this technique, the isolated pieces of the plant tissue cultured that on a nutrient medium. Okay, and that nutrient medium we provide the appropriate concentration of growth regulators like as auxin and cytokinin and gibberellins are supplemented into that nutrient medium for initiation of callus formation. So the student, what is a callus? Callus, it is a nothing but the unorganized mass of the cell appear which is a called as a callus. Okay, and this callus is a transformed onto the different media to regenerate the plant. Okay, then this callus, it is a transfer on the shooting medium. Okay, large amount of cytokinin containing medium, it produces the shoot, then large amount of the that callus. Okay, that shoot, after shoot formation we can transfer it on the cytokinin containing medium. Okay, and auxin containing medium, then there is a rooting is there. So the student, this callus culture technique is easier and conventional for the initiation of the maintenance of the cell line, and also for the carrying out the investigation studies related to the organogenesis. Organogenesis, it is nothing but the student, the organ formation like as a shoot formation, root formation, remember that. So the student, next I am focusing here the suspension culture. So the student, suspension culture, it is also called as a liquid culture. Okay, it is a popularly known as a liquid culture. Okay, and what is a static culture? It is called the solid culture or callus culture, remember that. Okay, MCQ is arises. So the student, here the suspension culture, it is also known as the liquid culture, and it is the culture of isolated cell or very small cell aggregated then under the within the dispersal in liquid medium. The cell suspension is obtained by agitating pieces of callus in a liquid medium on uh, here rotating shakers and growing the cell in a liquid medium under controlled condition. Transfer of an established callus culture into a liquid medium in the flask medium with high auxin content, appropriate concentration of auxin and the yeast or auxin versus kinetin help to maintain the suspension, and incubated at 25-degree in darkness or with less light intensity. Yes, the specifically the use of fluorescent light. It contain a uniform suspension of separate cell in a liquid medium, and callus liquid medium agitate continuously, and finally it is a then cell separated subculture is obtained, and this can also be achieved by the rotor shaker attached within the incubator at the rate of 50 to 150 rpm. So the student, here the types of suspension culture, it is of the three different types of suspension culture. There is a batch suspension culture is there, continuous suspension culture is there, and it is further divided into the two types. One is a closed type and another is an open type, and third one is a semi continuous culture. So the first I am focusing here the student, the batch culture. So this culture maintained continuously by propagating a small aliquot of inoculums in the moving liquid transfer to the fresh medium at regular intervals. Generally, the cell suspension culture are grown in the flask containing 100 to 250 ml, containing that 25 to 27 ml of the culture medium. Okay, that 100 to 250 ml flask, okay, the volume of the flask, and it containing near about 20 to 25 ml, 27 ml of the culture medium. When the cell number is a suspension culture is a plotted against the time of the incubation, so the student remember that there is a growth curve is obtained. Then the, see, this is the regarding to the batch culture. See, this is the neck of with the flask. Okay, these are the flask. Okay, it is a special type of flask is there. It is a call that flask. It is called the Erlenmeyer flask is there. Okay, see, this is a special type of designing of that flask. This is a nipple containing the explant. Okay, and see this flask containing rotating, and see there is a equally medium they provide to all the that tube-like structures. Okay, so the next I am focusing here the continuous culture. So the student, in this system the liquid medium is continuously replaced by the fresh liquid medium. Okay, continuously replaced by the fresh liquid medium to stabilize the physiological stage of the growing cell. The cell proliferation takes place under the constant condition. As a result of this, the active growth phase of the cell decline, the depletion of nutrient, and the cell passing through outflowing the medium are separate mechanically, and the cell are always kept in exponential growth phase. So see, this is the continuous culture. Okay, this is a chemostatic culture is there, and see, in it is a special type of the culture system is there, in which there is a inlet outlets are there, and there is a continuous flow of the nutrient. Okay, continuous nutrient were provided. Okay, so the student, next I am focusing here the measurement of the growth of the cell culture. So the method used to determine are the cell number by counting the cell number in a hemocytometer. It is one of the instrument. Under the microscope, suspension culture is a preferable. So the student, there is a three different methods are there for the measurement of the growth of the cell culture. The packed cell volume is there, then second fresh cell weight is there, and variable cells test. So firstly I am focusing here the packed cell volume. The cell suspension is a transfer to, there is a graduated centrifuge, then centrifuge at 2000 rpm for 5 minutes. Cell wall will form pellets and call the biomass volume. It is expressed by the ml. It is a method of packed cell volume method. Then fresh cell weight, in which the cell, when the cell increase in a number, the liquid will be turbid. It is not transparent, it is a turbid. As a result, optical density alter with which is detected by the colorimeter. Then the next variable cell test is there. The staining method such as a fluorescence in diacetate, it is used for the assessing the cell viability. Dead cell appear as a fluorescent red. Then culture are initiated for the sterile pieces of the whole plant, and these pieces are termed as a explant. So the student, what is a explant? Here the cultured are initiated from sterile pieces of whole plant, and these pieces are termed as a explant and may consisting of the pieces of organs such as a leaves is there, or root, or maybe specific cell types such as a pollen or endosperm, anther. The explant must be younger, and it is a rapidly growing, and it is a disease free, or it's a virus free. It is a most suitable. Then the student, next I am focusing here the types of cell culture. So the student, generally there are 8 main types of the cell culture. Okay, tissue cultures are there. Okay, see here the seed culture is there. Okay, so ovary culture, anther culture, ovule culture, endosperm culture, microspore culture, callus culture, nucellus culture, bud culture, organ culture, root culture, embryo culture, cell suspension culture, meristem culture, and protoplast culture. So the students, see all these are the main important types of the plant tissue culture. And see, all these are the cultured tissue culture, plant tissue culture. It is a widely used in the technique of the plant tissue culture. So the student, firstly I am focusing here the seed culture. So what is a seed culture? Here the student, seed culture, it is a nothing but the seed may be cultured in vitro to generate the seedling or plantlet. Okay, so students, see, this is my own pics. Okay, uh, this is my own PhD work. Okay, so I'm here taking the seeds of very rare and endangered medicinal plant. Okay, and see that seeds are non-viable in under the natural condition, but when that seed I'm collecting from the forest. Okay, and surface sterilization is carried out. Okay, and then that seed I'm placing on the appropriate nutrient medium. Okay, and see that seed, it is the best method for raising the sterile seedling. And the seed culture is done using to get the different types of explant, especially the growth of plant. Okay, so I'm using here the MS Hub vessel medium. Okay, and within that there is a seed undergo germination, and see there is a small seedling were produced. And see the students, what is the important of seed culture? See, this is a sterile seedling is there, no, it is a grown within that cultured vessel. Okay, it is a test tube. Okay, the tissue culture test tube. And see this entire plant. Okay, it is a sterile aseptic grown plant, which is a help in a better maintenance of aseptic condition. We can use in a further experiment. Okay, we can use here the leaf for callus culture, then cotyledonary part for callus culture, a nodal sector for axillary bud culture. Okay, like that. Okay, then we can use here the shoot apex. Okay, for the meristem culture or apical meristem culture. Okay, so the student, see, this is the important of seed culture. So the student, next I am focusing here the embryo culture. So it is the sterile isolation and growth of the immature or mature embryo in vitro with the goal of obtaining the viable plant. So the student, here the selection of immature seed. Okay, then the surface sterilization of that seeds. Okay, then sterilized seed we can here peeling of the glumes. Okay, outer covering. Then here the excision of embryo, cutting of embryo, and placing of embryo on a nutrient medium. Okay, see there is proper cutting, then embryo removal out. Okay, without damaging it, and placing of that embryo on appropriate nutrient medium. And here the growth of embryo into the seedling overcoming is there. Okay, flumilant radical coming, and then after a week there is a plantlet formation is there, and plantlets is ready to transform for into the soil. And see the 2-week old seedling in the soil. Okay, so the student, see this excision of embryos and culturing them into the sterile nutrient medium help in developing a viable seedlings. Okay, and the embryo developed from the wide hybridization between the two different species may not be mature fully due to the embryo endosperm incompatibility. So in that case, okay, so the isolation and culture of hybrid embryos prior to uh, abortion help in overcoming the post-zygotic barrier and production of interspecific or intergenic hybrids through this embryo culture. So the students, see this embryo culture. Okay, so in some plant that embryo cannot be viable. Okay, or it is a, means there is a faulty after the maturity. Okay, they do not means compatible, and they do not undergo the germination before it's mature, immature that seed. Okay, then embryo, whatever under developing embryo we can remove and place on the nutrient medium. Okay, so it is also called as embryo rescue, remember that. So the student, next I am focusing here the meristematic culture, or it is also called as apical culture also. Okay, so the apical meristem of the angiosperm and gymnospermic plant can be cultured to the get disease free plant. Okay, so the students, see this is the mother plant. Okay, plotted plant. We can take here the shoot apical meristem. Okay, the shoot apex. Okay, the shoot tip we taken the size between the 0.2 to 0.5 mm, most frequently produce the virus free plant. Hence this method, it is known as a meristematic culture. This method is highly successful in herbaceous plant, that woody plant. Okay, so see this excise meristem. Okay, then there is a surface sterilization is there, and after that it is a successfully inoculated on a nutrient medium. Okay, meristem placed on culture medium, and see the within that culture medium we provide the uh, cytokinin proper ratio. Okay, cytokinin like as a ABA, BAP, auxin, BAP, and auxin like as a IBB. Okay, see there is a new shoot formation is there, and then rooting medium containing the auxin, IAA, IBA. Then here the rooting condition of transplant shoot, and finally there is a hardening of that plant in a appropriate cocopeat soil and sand, okay, proportion. And finally there is a disease free, okay, in meristemic culture. The first the shoot proliferation takes place, and then the rooting is done, and finally that rooted plant it is a potted, okay, hardening is there. Okay, then see the student the next culture, there is a bird culture. Okay, it is also my own work. The student, see I'm taking here the axillary bird. Okay, the axillary bird containing the quiescent or active meristematic tissues in the leaf axils. Okay, and which are the capable of growing into the shoot. Okay, so the student I am taking here the single nodal culture. Okay, see the axillary bird, okay, or nodal sector I am taking. Okay, and that nodal sector it is where each node of the stem it is a cut and allowed to grow on a nutrient medium to develop the shoot tip. So the student, this axillary bird I am inoculating on the nutrient medium containing the cytokinin, BAP. Okay, then see the cytokinin it's help into the formation of shoot. Okay, so the lower concentration of auxin and higher concentration of cytokinin it's promote the shoot formation. Then the student, this in vitro shoot I am transferred into the culture medium containing the higher auxin content, and that due to the higher auxin content like as a indole acetic acid, indole butyric acid. Okay, then there is a root formation is there, and see this rooted shoot then I'm transferred into the hardening process. Okay, on a see there is a cocopeat, sand and soil, and finally the student, that is a complete plantlet were produced. Okay, so see this is the bird culture. Okay, then the student, next I am focusing here the callus culture. So the student, see the callus, it is a usually more or less unorganized or differentiated mass of the cell arising from the any kind of the explant we can use here. We can use the explant, that is a cork cell, we can use the leaf use, okay, we can use the cotyledonary part, okay, we can use anything. Okay, so the student, this arising from any kind of the explant under the in vitro culture condition. All the cells in the callus are parenchymatous in nature, but may or may not be homogeneous mass of the cell. They are meristematic tissue under the special circumstances, and they may be again organized into the shoot primordial or may develop into the somatic embryos. And the callus tissue from different plant species may be differentiated into the structural and growth habit. So the students, see the explant, okay, then explant placed on the nutrient medium, then there is a callus formation is there, and see that calli, it is produce the embryogenic calli. Okay, they produce the somatic embryos, and when we somatic, when that somatic embryo we inoculate on appropriate medium containing the auxin and cytokinin, and then there is a rooting and shooting is a form, and finally there is a plantlet will produce. Okay, so the student, this callus growth is also dependent on a factor such as the explant and the growth condition. After the callus induction, it can be subcultured regularly with appropriate new medium, fresh medium for the growth and their maintenance. So the students, see this is also my own work. Okay, callus development of that rare endangered Ceropegia species. Okay, so the see I'm taking here the leaf pieces. Okay, so the student, from that leaf pieces there is a callus development I observed. Okay, and see that callus, there is a, what is a callus, the student, the callus it is a nothing but the unorganized mass of the cell. Okay, that cells, and they do not undergo the differentiation, only that cells are meristematic cell. Okay, and when that calli cell, okay, calli pieces I'm successfully transferred into the nutrient medium containing the high amount of the cytokinin. Okay, then there is a shoot induction is there, and then this shooted means this shoot I'm successfully inoculated into rooting medium, then root is a form, and finally there is a complete plantlet were produced. Okay, then the student, next I am focusing here the cell suspension culture. It is also very important culture in a tissue culture. So the student, the growing of the individual cell that have been obtained from any kind of the explant tissues or calli referred to as a cell suspension culture. Okay, so the question is arises like that. What is a cell suspension culture? The growing of individual cell that have been obtained from any kind of explant tissues or callus referred to as a cell suspension culture. So these are the initiated by the transferring the pieces of tissues, explant, or we can take a callus, into the liquid medium without agar, okay, without any solidifying agent, and then place them on a shaker to provide the both aeration as well as the dispersal of the cell. Okay, see here the explant, okay, agar gelated medium, okay. Then there is a developing the calli. Then this calli we can means here pieces of calli placed into the liquid medium. Okay, then see there is a clump of calli developed, and see this is a callus is there. Then cell suspension culture can be done in a batch culture, or we can choose the continuous culture system. In the latter system, the culture is continuously supplied with the fresh nutrient by in the flow of fresh medium with subsequent draining out of the used medium, but the culture volume is a constant, and this method is used mainly for the synthesis of specific metabolites or for the biomass production. Then the student, next I am focusing here the anther culture. Okay, anther culture, it is also one of the most important culture in our tissue culture. An important aspect of the plant tissue culture is the production by anther culture or production by the pollen culture. Okay, there is a haploid production is there, which was firstly established by Guha and Maheshwari in 1964 and 1966 in Dhatura plant. Okay, in Marathi we call the Dhotra, but now in a many crop like as a rice, wheat, maize, mustard, paper. Okay, anther culture is established. The anther bearing the uninucleated microspore are selected and allowed to grow in a medium to produce the callus from the pollen mass, and then it is a trigger of these androgenic calli is directed to produce the embryo and haploid plants, and develop from these androgenic embryos. The anther culture can be done with a isolated anther on a solid medium. See that the student, it is a very simple selection of bird. Okay, we can take a unopened flower bird, then there is a surface sterilization is there, then here under the aseptic condition laminar airflow chamber is there, then here the surface sterilization with distilled water washing, then here the cutting of that flower bird with the help of scalpel. We can remove the stamen from the bird. Okay, filament we can remove here, and only the anther we can taken here, and culturing of that anther on a nutrient medium. See the student, there is a two parts are there, one is a organogenesis and embryogenesis. Okay, see there is a from that anther there is a here the calli is developed, and then that calli it is a placed on the appropriate auxin and cytokinin medium, shooting and rooting development, and finally there is a haploid plantlet production is there, and another root is there anther. Okay, then embryogenesis is there, somatic embryos were produced from that anther. Okay, and then there is a haploid production is there. So the student, next I am focusing here the protoplast culture. So it is the culture of the plant protoplast, that is a culture of the cell divide of the cell wall. Isolated protoplasts are usually the cultured in either liquid or it is either semi-solid agar medium plates. Protoplasts are isolated from soft parenchymatous tissue by enzymatic method, and the viable protoplasts are purified and cultured. Protoplast culture is usually the followed for the development of transgenic plant. Another aim of the protoplast culture is the development of somatic hybridization of the two plants through the protoplast fusion. So the students, see here the leaf tissues. See, this is the mother plant. From that mother plant leaf tissues, leaf was selected, then leaf surface sterilization was done. Then here epidermal peeling were removed, and that peeling of that leaf, okay, segment, it is a place in enzyme like as a cellulase enzyme, pectinase enzyme. Then plasmolysed cell is an enzymatic mixture. Then here the pectinase and cellulase enzyme degrade the cell wall, and only the naked mass of protoplasm is there, protoplast. And the here the culture of the protoplast is there. See, there is a protoplast, isolated protoplast is there on that plating. Okay, then there is a protoplast culture is there. Okay, and here the first cell division, second then colony formation, formation, callus differentiation is there, and the regeneration of new plant. Then student, another method is there. Here the isolated protoplast, in here the treatment is given. Okay, nitric acid treatment is there. Okay, and then there is a fusion of protoplast is there, and the fused protoplast, here the production of the hybrid plants. Okay, hybrids. Okay, then apart from this, the major 8 types of plant tissue culture, okay, there is some other types of also cultures are there, like as organ cultures are there, microspore culture, ovule culture, ovary culture is there, root culture is there, endosperm culture is there, nucellus culture, and embryo rescue is also there. So the next student, I am focusing here the endosperm culture. So the student, endosperm, what is endosperm? Endosperm, it is a nothing but the nutritive tissues. Okay, so the endosperm, there are 2 types of endosperm culture. One is a mature endosperm culture and another is a immature endosperm culture. So it is the development of the isolated of mature endosperm from ripened endospermic seed on a suitable culture medium in vitro condition to obtain the triploid plantlet, because endosperm is always triploid. Okay, so the students, see, I'm taking here the seed. Okay, then remove the endosperm. That endosperm, it is a cultured on a suitable medium. Then there is a callus formation is there. Okay, when we give the treatment, see the callus, from that callus there is somatic embryo, and then there is a triploid plant formation is there. Okay, it is not haploid, it is a triploid. Then the student, when we giving the treatment to that callus, okay, we can give the treatment of colchicine. Colchicine, it is a help into the doubling the chromosome number. Okay, they increase the chromosome number, and then there is a hexaploid plants also produced through the endosperm culture. So the student, next I am focusing here the somatic embryogenesis. So the student, normal embryogenesis, normal embryo developed after the fertilization, but here it is a one of the important, there is a somatic embryos production is that. So the student, last here the immature endosperm culture is also there. In vitro development of isolated of immature endosperm, isolated at precise stage from the immature seed, culture on suitable culture medium to obtain the triploid plant. Okay, so it is a desirable plant in such as apple, banana, grapes, watermelon, and mango. Endosperm culture is a novel method for triploid plant production. Okay, so the next, somatic embryogenesis. So the student, in somatic embryogenesis, here the regeneration of embryo from somatic cell. Okay, normally the embryo produced after the fertilization, but here the from that somatic cell, okay, other than the reproductive cells, here the embryo is a development. Okay, the regeneration of embryos from the somatic cell, it is called the somatic embryogenesis, or that somatic cell, tissues, or organ embryo development is there either de novo or directly in vitro condition, is known as a somatic embryogenesis. It is also known as non-zygotic or non-sexual embryogenesis. These are also known as the adventative embryos. Okay, so the organ culture, so the student, it is a culture involving the growth of the isolated plant growth, such as root culture is there, shoot culture, leaf culture, and even flower as explant in vitro condition using the suitable nutrient medium. In fact, any plant organ can serve as an example, like as ovary culture, nucellar culture, then embryo, flower bud culture, microspore culture. So the students, see the somatic embryogenesis, it is very simple. So here that I'm taking the callus. Okay, so that callus, when we place on a nutrient medium along with the coconut milk supplement. Okay, so see, this is my result. Okay, so the callus, then this is a somatic embryogenesis production is there. Then see the somatic embryo, see this is the heart shaped stage of the somatic embryos. Then see, it is a single heart shaped stage. See, this is the cotyledons, and see this is the plumule region, and see this is the radical suspensor region, radical region. Okay, and see this is the plantlet, see this is the cotyledon, this is the plumule, and this is the radical. Okay, there is a root formation, and here the shoot formation is there. So the student, see embryo rescue. Okay, see, I'm already explained this slide in previous. Okay, embryo rescue, it is a nothing but here It is one of the earliest and successful form of the in vitro culture technique that is used to assist in the development of plant embryos that might not survive to become viable plant. This technique nutrient the here nourishes the immature or weak embryos. So the student, majority of plants like as a orchid, okay, orchid embryo are non-viable, like as a Ceropegia embryo are not viable, okay, because that embryo become non-viable or it is not might be survive. Then this technique nurtures the immature or weak embryos, thus allowing them a chance to survive. Embryo rescue is generally used to create a rescue interspecific and intergenic cross that would normally produce the seed, which are the aborted seeds, okay, non-viable seed. In plant breeding, many times the hybrid crosses produce the small and shrunken seeds, indicating that there is a hybridization has occurred. However, the seeds fail to develop in a such problematic causes. The technique of embryo rescue is helpful to solve this problem. It is also very useful in overcoming the seed dormancy, and it is a very important in determination of seed viability and studies on the physiology of seed germination and development. Okay, so the embryo rescue, remember that. Then see, in today's lecture we already seen that the types of culture like as the continuous culture, batch culture and continuous culture, okay. Then the different types of the tissues culture like as the callus culture, embryo culture, meristem culture, anther culture, pollen culture, endosperm culture, somatic embryogenesis, okay. So embryo rescue is there, embryo culture is there, okay. Many cultures we already seen that, okay. So on that topic here the student, the question arises like that: the enlist the different types of tissue culture. Then what is a meristem culture? Explain the embryo rescue. Then what is a callus culture? What is anther culture? What is a protoplast culture? And define the cell suspension culture, okay. Such kind of question is arises, and the MCQs are also arises. So the student, you can solve all these question, okay. Make a PDF and communicate that question on our Google Classroom. In next lecture the student, we will focus on the medium preparation, okay, then the nutritional requirement and the other basic tissue culture techniques like as the preparation, okay, lab preparation, then preparation of aseptic plant material, then incubation, then hardening, okay, and then application of plant tissue culture we can see in our next lecture. Thank you.